Hello guys and welcome back to part 3 of our 4-part Christmas house series. Chilled out, slow paced, building together and enjoying. I'm so excited. This is a speed build in that the footage is about twice as fast as I normally build. If you hear bumping and thumping, it's because my foot fell asleep. Anyways, it's about twice as fast as I usually build. I'm a very slow builder, but I wanted to slow down the videos on the channel. I've been feeling like they've gotten a little fast, a little crazy, kind of sort of indicative of my life, but I am looking for some chill vibes. And so I thought, how fun would it be for the month of December for us to just chill out, do a multi-part series, really get to enjoy talking and hanging out and not be rushing around like crazy. So we're building a Christmas house, or I guess I should say we're building a Winterfest house. I celebrate Christmas, so I keep thinking very Christmas-centric, but the way this house is built is that you could take all the Winterfest decorations down, and it would be a fairly normal house. You'd have to do a little bit of switching and playing, because I kind of decorated it like I would my house, where like some things come down, some things get changed, some things just get decorated over the top of, but it really wouldn't be that big a project. If you haven't seen parts 1 and 2, at the very least I suggest you kind of like skim through them or put them on like double speed, because the first one sort of explains the layout and how we got here, and the second one sort of explains the decorating style, so I'm not going to like go into it again. But I think those would be really helpful if you intend to play in the house, just to get an idea. This kitchen was kind of interesting because it's a weird shape and I didn't think about it, but because it has the diagonal walls on both sides, I couldn't set the kitchen off to the side. Originally I had wanted to do like an eat-in, which I do. I have the island. I figured out the island at the end, but I had wanted to have like a little dinette set. That ended up not happening because where else would I have put the kitchen then? And I spent a lot of time thinking about this kitchen because I was imagining Winterfest morning coming down, and there's warm cinnamon rolls and there's a fresh snow. This was also the moment where I started realizing that the windows had frosted over, because we're building in the Snowy Escape world, which I built here specifically because of the snow. I wanted it to look snowy and cold, and it's currently not snowy and cold in my game, and it's not snowy and cold here yet in real life too, which I'm actually really happy about because I'm recording this just before Thanksgiving, which I also explained a ton of in the first video. So if you're wondering where I've been or what on earth is going on, I did put an Instagram story up, but I also talked about it more in the first video. Long story short, I is an adult with an adult job, and that job has gone full on crazy pants. I'm overworked and underpaid, but I like my job, is the long and the short of it. But I've been very stressed and I've not had a lot of time to build. So that's why I've been, and that's why I wanted, for Christmas this year, I asked for a chilled out Sims build, and I got it, and I think it turned out really cool. But this kitchen, anyway, I was imagining like kids coming down in stocking feet. I was imagining warm cinnamon rolls and like hot coffee, hot chocolate, like mom and dad kind of watching the kiddos after they've stayed up all night building like the bikes or whatever, you know. That's what I was kind of imagining. That's why I had wanted like the dinette set. But I think the island ends up working out really good because I can see them kind of just like perching, having their coffee. They hear little footsteps come down, so they move to the front entry. Side note, I haven't mentioned this before in these videos. The entryway, the upstairs hallway, and the bathrooms, there's no footage of that. I did those off camera because I was worried about these videos being too long. Realistically, I probably could have stuck them to the end of this one. This one isn't as like long as the others, but I think it worked out okay. And quite frankly, bathrooms are a little bit boring, but do know that the bathrooms and the hallways and things are all decorated. You will see screenshots of them. There's no footage. But I did try to set this house up too, where if you were like, there's Winterfest decorations everywhere, you can just get rid of them and put up some normal art and you'll be fine. Like I said in the last video, I talked a lot about that, so I'm going to try not to repeat myself. But I had so much fun with this kitchen. I think this kitchen layout is actually like fairly functional. It's probably way more cabinets than is necessary, but if you have like little ones around, you can do like the cook with me thing or like the canning, or now we have like all of the Home Chef Hustle stuff, which I'm trying to remember. I don't remember. I think I added some of the Home Chef Hustle stuff in here. There's more room for activities is the point. There's more room to have like your waffle maker going and stuff. There's more cabinet space to pull things out of, which I love about the Home Chef Hustle update. Like, even if you don't have that update, the base game, a bunch of base game stuff got updated, where you can now drag appliances into your Sims inventory or into the household inventory kind of thing. And it's so nice because, like, my microwave is out on the cabinet. It's in, like, a box that the previous owners built. And that's kind of it. I'm trying to think. My KitchenAid is out on the cabinet, shoved way back in a corner. It's not even my KitchenAid. It's a KitchenAid I kind of stole from my mom. It's mine now. No, I'm kidding. And the Instant Pot is out. But otherwise, we don't have, like, a lot of tooling out on the cabinet because there's not a lot of cabinet space, right? Or counter space, I should say. And so I really loved in The Sims, and, like, to be honest with you, there's more stuff out on my counter than I would care to have. Like, there's a lot. If I had my way, everything would be, like, neatly tucked away in a cabinet. That's not feasible in my kitchen, but so I love in this game that I don't necessarily have to have the waffle maker. I don't have to have the pizza oven. I don't have to have the mixer out and functional, because I can just pull it out of their inventory and it'll work. And I was really excited about that. And that makes it so nice. But it also made me want to think, like, let's make sure we have cabinets so when they want to do, like, all their Christmas cookies or do a big bake-off, or when they want to do all of their pizzas, or if someone wanted to download this house, didn't care about the holidays and wanted to do, like, run a pizzeria out of this, that they had enough cabinetry that they could pull stuff out, right? Or I keep calling it cabinetry. It is, but the countertops specifically. That was kind of the idea. There's the mixer from the Home Chef Household Kit, which I believe I left in red because I did want to do little pops of, like, winterfesty, Christmassy colors. Happy other holidays to those who celebrate too. I believe Hanukkah is this time of year. Happy Hanukkah. I know Kwanzaa is this time of year, I think. So happy Kwanzaa. I know there's at least 2 more that I have not taken the time in between recordings to look up, and I really should. But I think one is Diwali. That might not be this time of year, though. See, I have so many lovely coworkers who teach me these things, but, like, my brain does not do calendars well enough. So, like, I know there's all these really cool things, and I cannot remember for the life of me when they're all happening. God bless whoever made Google Calendars have holidays on them. But anyways, happy holidays to those who celebrate holidays. And if your whole plan for this winter season is to get to spring, Godspeed. Godspeed, it's coming. Hold on tight. Tie the little knot at the end of your rope. Hold on for dear life. You're getting there. Spring is coming. In terms of weather, I'm fully with you. I'm excited for the holidays, but in terms of weather, I am fully like, bring on spring. I don't do well in the cold. But yeah, I'm excited for the holidays in general, and I'm excited that we're having a pretty low-key holiday season this year. So last year, we had intended to have a lower-key holiday season, which was really nice. Unfortunately, I had a parent end up in the hospital over Christmas. So she's fine now, but my boss was so funny because last year he was like, take the time off. He was like, take around the holidays off, and I was like, nah, I don't need to. And he was like, take it off, and I was like, okay. And then I spent the entirety of my break in the hospital waiting room. She's all good though. So this year I'm actually like, I'm gonna drink the hot cocoa, have the eggnog, and do the candy canes and bake the cookies, and we're just gonna be chill, and it's gonna be awesome, and I'm really excited about it. So it's gonna be really fun, and we've got like a big extended family dinner planned, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be nice. So I'm really pleased, and that's why I think I got so into this kitchen. Is like, I love my kitchen on Christmas mornings when I'm now the one who does the baking, but I come in and I can just like make my little warm beverage, paddle around my stocking feet, start making the cinnamon rolls or whatever else we're having. Last year we had cinnamon rolls and scrambled eggs because that's what we had in the house. And I didn't think it through. Y'all, it was so hard not to go a little bit crazy with the wallpaper in here. I tried to stick simultaneously to very neutrals and the same molding everywhere in the house. It didn't entirely happen, but I tried to keep it cohesive. I really, really did. Except in the bathrooms, I kind of didn't care so much because you probably wouldn't have molding in the bathrooms. That seems like something extra to have to clean in there, to be honest. So I didn't bother too much with that. But I tried to stick. Maybe I did something different in here. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think I tried to stick with the molding, but maybe I actually did tile. But the rest of the house has similar molding. That's Home Chef Hustle tile tiling in there, and it's so good. The reason I can't remember offhand is because I actually built this. I started, so like I wanted it to be chilled, so I started building it in September because I was like, I just want to be able to puddle at this and then build other things. The problem existed is that I got a project at work that started eating all of my time. Like, I'm salaried, so I get paid the same whether I work 40 or 80 or 120, and I had like no weekends and evenings for a very long time. It's starting to settle now, but it got to, like, I was like, I'm just gonna like build me chill, and I was building like once a week for like 10 minutes, so like some of this was built in September and October, and I just simply don't remember what I was doing. I'm happy with it, but I just simply don't remember all of the thought process, or like I didn't leave myself very good notes. But it works out because I'm still really happy with the build. Like, I popped in to take pictures the other day and I was like, no, still happy with this. Still good. Still think it's real pretty. I really like the cabinets too. I don't think I use those cabinets as much as I used to. They used to be my go-to. I don't really know what my go-to cabinet is anymore. It kind of feels like maybe it's one of the more modern ones, which is odd for me because I'm not usually a modern kitchen kind of person. Yeah, this was me trying to figure out if I could fit a Christmas tree in the living room and also answering a question at work. You can safely assume that if I take a break, like if I don't catch a break in the footage, which I think I caught most of them, but if there's like a weird like pause in the footage, someone called me from work. Someone was like, yo, what's up? And I was like, no, it's my lunch break, no. It's fine, it's all good. I have rediscovered some of my old like YouTube videos that I used to like to watch when I was a kid, just like random ones, and it's been so fun. This makes sense in context in just a minute, but it's been so funny because my brother recently pointed out, he's like, you've been watching old videos, haven't you? And I was like, yeah, why? And he goes, I can tell your speech pattern has changed again. He's like, you sound like you're in middle school again. And I was like, oh no. Not terribly bad about it though. I think it was more fun in middle school, maybe not, but you know, when you're an adult, sometimes you have like adult worries and stuff, and you don't always have those in middle school, and that's nice. Although I was like a pretty worried, anxious middle schooler, I guess. Anyways, I think, let's see, is there anything else really cool about this part of the build that I should tell you? I think this might be the first time in the history of ever I've used that swatch of wallpaper, and I really, really like it, and it's red and green, which is fantastic, very on trend, and I really love that hutch. I always forget about the hutch. Like, there's so many of them in the game, and they're one of those things, or like, I'll think about it, but after I've already done the house, and then it's like, well, where does this go? The thing that annoys me is, why are there, like, no slots on this? Like, that is a huge amount of space. That is almost a cabinet's worth of space, and it only has tiny slots. And it only has very few tiny slots. You think, I know this is an older piece, but you would think, like, I would kill for another slots update. Like, they did the sinks in the toilets a while back, and that's fantastic. I'm so grateful. That's awesome. They need to do more. I would kill for another slots update. Like, even things that have slots, don't just add slots, but improve slots. Like, this should have so many slots, and it should have medium and small slots, and it would be so nice. And the slotting should be better. You know, if I was in charge of the game, that's what I would do. That's why, like, I don't do CC on the channel, and I don't actually do CC a lot when I'm playing personally. But, like, sometimes you download something that's custom content, and you're like, oh my god, they thought about this. This is so nice. This was me attempting to use a like front door mat as a runner, and I think it turned out okay. I think it turned out looking kind of cool. So I do that in a couple places where I was like, this is a runner, or this is a front door mat, but now it's a full-on rug. And I put lots of wreaths and stuff in all of the windows. But doesn't that wreath look so nice against the frosted windows? Like I said, this is when I started noticing the windows were frosted, and I was like, this is amazing. There is an oven, by the way. It's, yeah, you can just see the arm there. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I did this separates because I liked the idea of the flat top on the island. But I did put a stove in, and then I'm trying to put like sneaky undermount lighting in. It's going marginally well. I do that a lot. And I saw someone else do it, and they did it with a different light, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I saw that recently, and then I saw a post that was like, everyone does that undermount lighting thing, but everyone has their own light that they do it with, and I was like, that's true. So you have to let me know what light you undermount your cabinets. Or, what is it? Is it the, yeah, it's the Home Chef Household one that has lighting in it. The problem is it needs a little love, unfortunately. But most of the cabinets do, let's be honest. Like, the lighting on cabinets is just rough. Like, you can even see the different shades here on, like, the corner ones versus the straight ones. I tried to not use the saucer lights, or use the saucer lights in conjunction with other ceiling lights. I've been trying to do that more often because I get really reliant on the saucer lights, which are great, but that's not always accurate to an older home, and I've been doing a lot of older homes lately. I've just been enjoying that as a vibe. I struggled so hard to pick a light though. I cannot remember if I cut most of it out or not. Side note, tab mode in build mode is my favorite thing in the history of ever. It has made life so nice, so unbelievably nice. Best thing in the history of ever. Like, so amazing. I can't even, words cannot express to you how much I love that. The only problem is the lot borders don't go away when you're in tab mode. So you have to, like, either manually scratch those out or just come to terms with them, which is fine. It's fine. I still remember, I think it was my first video on the channel. I went through and, like, manually scrubbed all those out because I took all my screenshots in build mode. So silly of me. I should have just moved a sim in, especially because I made a sim for that house. But I have gotten a little bit better. The only problem is I forget in tab mode that I'm going to speed things up, and then it gets a little wild child still. But that's alright. I think I, for the most part, managed to not make it, like, ridiculously terrible. But here's another swatch of those. Like, I've been saying in the last couple of videos that you could easily switch the swatches out on a lot of this decor and make it for a different holiday if you wanted to. Like, and not just the sort of winter holidays. You could pull off in, like, a springtime, what's the Easter bunny called in The Sims 4? My brain has died. The flower bunny holiday, or you could pull off, like, Thanksgiving pretty easily. The Christmas trees might be a problem, but you know. So I think there's a lot of versatility in this build overall. And then I got to, oh, did I not do this there? Somewhere, maybe it's in the parents' bedroom. I tried everywhere to hang these cards up because we always put up either like a light tree, which is like where you swag lights in the shape of a Christmas tree on the wall. I did one last year in my space. I might do it again. Although I've put things up on the wall. I've actually, after 5 years of living here, I finally put things on the wall. Magic. But anyways, I was trying so hard consistently to figure out where to hang these Christmas cards, and I could not figure it out. But anyways, I have some kickin' Christmas music happening in the background, so I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is let y'all listen to that. And because the build's, you've got a little bit left. You've got basically a few minutes, like a couple minutes left of this, and then screenshots. Screenshots are a little bit interesting because I keep just adding the screenshots on. So you're going to see screenshots from the layout, from the second part, the living dining, and from here, because I figure that way if you're tuning in for the first time, you're not like completely missing out. You can kind of get the context. And I'm also using it to slot like the bathrooms and the hallways and stuff, which aren't on camera in, so you can go ahead and see them. But so screenshots are going to take a minute, but feel free to, you know, jump around and skip and stuff as needed. Anyways, though, I think I'm going to go ahead and go. It was super fun talking with y'all. Hope you're having a great day and you're feeling loved. And if you're not feeling loved, please know that I love you and I'm glad you exist. I'm glad you're here hanging out. I'm glad you're part of the community and you're making the world a better place just by being you. And I will see you all for part 4. Bye-bye!